Hello, good evening. Welcome to Business Live. My name is Darryl Kwao. Coming up tonight, Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana says it would push for a license withdrawal of oil marketing companies found to be shortchanging consumers. More hotels are taking steps to fully open up their services to the public. We'll discuss how to open safely for customers. Plus, automobile firm VW has begun assembling some of its vehicles locally. Thanks for being with us. We've got details right after this break. Well, tonight, more hotels are taking steps to fully open up their services to the public following the easing of restrictions. Royal St. Chi, which shut down its operations for 3 months now, says it's ready to open from the 1st of July. Meanwhile, an industry giant, Labadi Beach Hotel, which opened today, says strict health protocols would not be sacrificed. Insurado had the opportunity to visit the hotel just as when they were preparing to open. Here's his report.
In the wake of the directives by the president to limit the spread of COVID-19, the hospitality sector has been one of the many sectors hard hit, with conferences cancelled or moved online, guests cancelling stays, and restaurants closed. But with the easing of restrictions, hotels are set to reopen fully on Monday, 15th of June. I took a trip to Labadi Beach Hotel to observe preparations ahead of the reopening. David Edwafo is Sales and Marketing Manager.
I wish I could remove my face mask so that you can see the smile on my face properly. I'm excited to have all my customers back, because look, it's not easy not having customers around your facility. And it's not easy also sitting at home doing nothing. Our customers are everything.
Having closed down a week ahead of the presidential announcement, General Manager Rene Vincent Ernst recounts the impact on their business and how they're ensuring safety for guests when they reopen.
Well, the impact has been devastating, undoubtedly, not just for us, but for the entire industry. It has been one that nobody saw coming, of course, and on the base of the year of return. And now the year beyond return is obviously a thing of the past very quickly. So we've had to regroup very quickly to counteract. No doubt, we've written off the year completely. And there is no way we'll be able to recuperate that this year. So for the hotel to have been closed down for 3 months is a devastating effect, of course. But it's something we've had to do in order to comply with governmental rules and regulations. And of course, that comes first. People's safety is everything. If we're nobody around to visit us, then it would be in a bad place. So we took the decision at the time, and still feel today that it was a correct decision to do. So, but no conferences, no nothing, and the hotel being closed. It's been extremely difficult, of course. On the back of a very strong year last year, our reserves have allowed us to reach a compromise with the staff in order so they are sustained and not been laid off like so many others, unfortunately, in this bad situation we find ourselves in. But it's something we've been able to maintain so far, and now that we are looking at reopening again, I'm delighted to say we hope that we have weathered the worst of the storm.
The rise in the COVID-19 case count in Ghana has been a source of worry for many, but Mr. Vincent Ernst believes everyone has a role to play.
This is a two-way street, this COVID-19. If I am safe, you will be safe, and so forth. We need that collaboration with the general public, hence the fact that the most important part of all of this will be the safe distancing and so forth. And if we can observe this and we all join hands in doing so, then I am sure we will recover from this. But for sure, it's time where we need to count on each other in order to get some sort of normality back again. I think it's a new world which we live in now, and we have to observe that new world and relive that new world as quickly as possible, and then I think we will be okay.
Hotels like Labadi Beach Hotel are working hard throughout the weekend to ensure that come Monday, 15th of June, they're ready to welcome their guests and customers into the hotel. It is hoped that with the adherence of all the safety protocols, both from the visiting public and the hotel operators, we will see some movement and an upward trend of growth in the hospitality sector once again. This has been Inshira Ado for Joy Business.
And it's not just the hotels having to reopen, but their staff. Now, the Industrial and Commercial Workers Union has been raising concerns about the working conditions for some of the hotel workers. The union is worried about the delays in payment of salaries of these workers. General Secretary Solomon Kote earlier spoke to Joy Business.
The sector that has preoccupied us now have been the hospitality sector, where currently the employers have done so well to ensure that the engagement with the unions have continued. Various memorandum of understanding have been signed, leading to the fact that back to back we are securing the works of these employees and then reasoning together with the employer as well, and hoping and praying hard that the issues of this COVID-19, easing of the restrictions will come to a point where the aircraft will begin to fly, where internally the borders will be open, and then business will begin to be brisk as usual. Because as you care to know, with the hospitality center, their rate of occupancy determines their performance and their productivity. And to a large extent, over 70% of the occupancy is patronized by foreigners, is patronized by those who travel in and out. Currently, most of them are operating at the levels of 2% and 3% and 1%, which is not good enough to break even. But the great thing they have all done, except Holiday Inn, is that they've managed to pay the workers at least 50%, 75%, 50% in that order. From March, they paid 100%, April, 100%, May, some have paid 60%, 75, 50, depending upon the capacity and the kind of reserves that they have. Then again, with the government coming in to look at that sector specifically and wanting to vote over 3 billion or so to see how it can, one, sustain the business and at the same time help alleviate the pains and the difficulty of the employees who are out there. And at the moment, we say thumbs up to all the general managers except Holiday Inn, who have not done the needful. As of now, he has not paid the workers April, May, and we have entered into June. Apart from that, we will say so far we are all doing well to contain the COVID-19 hardship that it has brought on the hospitality sector. Don't forget, this sector alone provides 5.4% of the total GDP of the economy. It is quite huge, very significant, but for what has happened now this year, their contribution is really going to have a deep nosedive. And we are all praying and hoping that this particular pandemic will be over globally and then we'll be able to go.
And yes, we are all hoping that the pandemic is over, but at the heart of all of this, how hotels and restaurants can welcome back their customers safely just as we reopen. Joining me tonight on Business Live is core expert trainer Dr. Ben Richard Enyeje, who consults for the International Labour Organization, and Dr. Joseph Mensah, who is a certified hospitality trainer. He also lectures at GIMPA. Thanks so much for being with us tonight on Business Live. And so I'll begin with you, Dr. Enyeje. In terms of welcoming customers back safely, what do you think should be the major considerations of any hotel manager?
First of all, thank you very much for the question. First of all, I want to correct you. I am not a doctor, I'm an engineer. Engineer Enyeje.
Sorry about that. Apologies, my bad.
I'm engineer Enyeje. Doctor is Joseph. Anyway, so I think that the main thing is that every hotel will want to get the confidence of its customers when they do come back. It has been quite some time, and there have been quite some losses. They are actually looking forward to seeing making some progress. They don't want to start operating.
You're watching Business Live. We have to break into this program to take you live to a press conference by the Information Ministry.